Hi everyone, it's Chris here at Big Sky Garage. We have part two of the Chevelle walk around tour. I have the motor in now, so we'll go over that and hopefully you guys will find it interesting. So guys, here is the engine. It's a small block 350. This engine is a 1972 block, so I've had it quite a long time. So we'll kind of go over some of the stuff here. We got a March mid-mount alternator bracket set up. Nice thing is, with this turnbuckle, it's pretty easy to adjust the belt tension. And all of March's products are clear coated, and so they're pretty easy to maintain. Just some glass cleaner and they'll clean right up, or some wax. And that's a Billet Specialties water pump pulley. They are not clear coated, but they polish up really nice. And we got an Edelbrock water pump. On these aluminum water pumps, I discovered that the Hawaiian pumps are no longer made in the U.S., but the Edelbrocks are. They fit really well. They're really a good product. They're a little more expensive, but definitely well worth it. And there's that KRC water pump. Really works good. It's it's an interesting setup. And this piece here I just polished, and it comes kind of raw. And I just took some, I think 2000 grit sandpaper, went over it, and then a polishing wheel. And what else do we got here? We got a Holley heatsink shield for the carb. And this carb, we'll go over that here in a minute or so. So we'll get you guys underneath and show you a little bit of what's going on. So, got a March crankshaft pulley right there, and a Mylodon oil pan. We went with the Felpro one-piece oil pan gasket. And then we got a Power Bond harmonic balancer right there. And I think I got that from Jegs. It's actually under the Jegs name. Pretty good balancer. They're actually made in Australia, and they're a pretty good product. And I don't know if you guys can see. Well, try to get focused in here. Anyways, we went with ARP studs for the timing chain cover. Not a bad idea. Easier to tighten. And this timing chain cover is from Competition Plus. I think it's called Power Products. And it has the recess in it for the cam button for the roller cam. So, kind of show you a little bit. Here's all the tranny lines and everything. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me move this light. You can see there I've got that finned transmission pan. That's Speedmaster. There's the rest of the oil pan there. And this transmission, it has a turbo action manual valve body. So it's forward pattern. And I really like the manual valve body. Shift the gears. Works pretty good. So we'll go back up top here and talk some more about the engine. Bear with me here, guys. Get out from underneath the car. So, just had to put a new battery in it. Last one lasted me about 13 years, so pretty fortunate there. Those are Summit valve covers made in the USA. They're die-cast aluminum. And then you can see I got the MSD Pro Billet Ready to Run distributor. Things are a little dirty right now. I got to do some more cleaning up. Some of my paint on my header's burnt off already, so if you guys have any suggestions or comments on how to a good paint to use on headers that will actually stay and not burn off, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments below. I've tried a lot of different things. Barbecue paint, header paint, wood stove paint. Nothing really seems to stick. But anyways, so there's the carb. That's a BLP Products main body. They flow really, really well. It's one of their base plates on it also, billet metering blocks. And I'll do another video in more detail on that carburetor. We'll kind of go over some of that. Hopefully you guys might find that interesting. So anyways, it's really good to have this back in here now. So it's the crank is forged, the rods are forged, forged pistons. It's a Howard's roller cam. We did a floating rod on floating pin on the pistons. Those are Dart Iron Eagle heads. So it should run pretty good. And we've got Summit full roller rockers on it. ARP, the larger rocker studs in it. And I would fire it up for you guys, but unfortunately, I'll show you guys here. It's been really cold here. My doors are frozen. I can move the one on the left, but that one, she is frozen solid. So hopefully in the next video we'll get this fired up for you guys so you can hear it. Yeah, it's in the mornings it's been between 15 and 25 below with wind chill, so, and I actually haven't been out here as much lately. These heaters do a pretty good job, but they're having a little bit of a hard time keeping up right now. So, but hopefully things will warm up a little bit, and we'll get this thing fired up so you guys can hear it. And then these, by the way, these Radiator hoses, I forget what brand they are, but they're stainless. They're completely bendable, so you can bend them to whatever shape you want. There's the other one, and they work pretty well. There are some ends, some chrome ends that wrap around this. I don't recommend those. I just leave it without the cover and just put the regular clamps on. Anyways, so it's 350, 40 over. It has Icon pistons in it. And this was one of those projects that snowballed for sure. So, fortunately I was able to get a hold of an original GM forged crank. And this is the first time I've ever ran a roller cam, so I think it'll do pretty well. So yeah. So one other thing I was going to show you guys, and I might actually have to grab my light here. Bear with me here. So I do have 12 bolt rear end, stock width. I think it's out of a 69 Chevelle. Has a Yukon posi in it, Summit axles, US gears. They're 355 gears. And I do need to upgrade the upper and lower control arms. These are just factory. I'd like to go to a set of tubular control arms, upper and lower, and then get the braces. There's some braces that go up in here. But anyways, get some better shocks. Got a new gas tank in there. So there's that. Oh, and then we have the original 40 series 2-chambered Flowmasters. So we'll get back up here. Ooh, that floor is cold. So yeah, it's been pretty cold. So I haven't, like I say, I haven't been out here as much. So yeah, we're really glad to have this back in. And just working on some wiring, straightening up some wiring, and a few odds and ends. Oh, and something else I wanted to show you guys. And this really only applies to, I think, a small block Chevy. There might be others that have this also. Get this light set up here. So, I'm going to try to get the camera in here somehow. So as you can see, kind of, those two bolts right here, this one, if you take it out, it goes into the passage where the fuel pump push rod is. And it's kind of nice because you can take a little bit longer bolt and thread it in there lightly, and will actually hold the push rod up, like when you're changing the fuel pump. But when you're not, I recommend putting a real short bolt in there, like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, I'm sorry, and then put a copper washer on there, because what'll happen is oil will come out of that hole. I think this one too. So in fact, I just did this. I put a little bit of silicone on it and then thread those in there, and that keeps oil from coming out of those passages. So yeah, a little tidbit anyways. So we'll get back up here. I haven't done any editing or anything like that. So I'm trying to find an editing program, and if anyone has any suggestions, I'm just using an Android phone right now, but feel free to leave it in the comments. And yeah, we'll definitely go into more detail on the next video on the carburetor. And so if any of you guys have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Also, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. It'll let you know when I have another video coming out. So, and like and share and all that good stuff. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer where you're at. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully as time goes on, the videos will get a little bit better. So anyways, we'll the next video we'll go into the carburetor more and the engine a little bit more. And thanks guys for watching. God bless. We'll see you next time.